once again. I love the way he speaks about becoming a champion. He's been training since he was 5 years old, obviously, under Abdulmanap, his uncle, and his cousin right there. But he spoke about how disrespectful it would be for him to not give his all in these training sessions, to work towards that goal of becoming champion, because not just what he could achieve, but everyone around him. We believe the victory here should bring him next in line for the bantamweight title. And Daniel, you certainly know him better than anyone else, but he seems more motivated than ever to actually touch weight this time.
Like so many guys in this position where they have fought for the belt, they have to gain recognition, they have the value to the championship, would say, hey, I'm going to sit and wait. I don't want to win that off. He took a lot of my people who was trying to explain it. I don't know if you want to get the big figure in yet. It's just one impression to me right now about Smart. He has tremendous skills all across the board to show. They probably not have his wrestling, but this guy has amazing striking and great grappling. The way he's going to adjust to the Batista fight was really impressive. He's striking. It's glorious. I mean, he's got one of the speed building up the front leg, just amazing. And he's got a full game.
Right, he took Pimblett. Here's a promise here. He has a 3.4 lead on jumping on the 16th. Jacob's going to get it 2 times. Why would Jacob's 38? I like the weight this. I think we're at 5% of his purpose. He's from.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds. If you want to play it, Paddy call. Wait a minute.
In which they all outshaped the Russian over time. That's how Dr. Tom Clever's
Raven's maybe expected to more try taking down the day. I'm going to grab the bathroom and ready for every back. It's interesting you were talking about that earlier. A lot of people think of him as an outlaw, but honestly, I think of him as a striker. And his striking out of and he's quick. Some of the sneakiest and most technical thing in the sport. He sneaks him around behind your shoulders and side of your head. He does it off of the front leg in a very, very tricky way. Yeah, look at the side of these two. You can take that Figueiredo at the back. That is fine. Yeah, it's cute. But you gotta remember, Davis has amazing power. Good power and endless resilience.
Yeah, nothing easy for Umar getting down to 130 some pounds. There's a huge extra for him whenever he hit the number on Friday.
That's sneaky. That's what he's talking about. You can throw that with a twist, you can throw that question mark kick. Yeah. He also sees everything coming like that. Davis needs to find a way to get himself going forward. That incredible fight that he had with Barrage is even more incredible when you take into fact that he hurt his hand, broke it in the second round. Yep.
And never stop throwing.
Never stop throwing and never stop fighting. You don't get many opportunities to fight with titles, man. You gotta let it all hang out there.
Good catch. The body got him out of that off.
And this is why I think Davis has been back to the center, because he does not want to get taken down. Coming into the clinch there, you got to be very careful. Nice job. Yep. Left foot there, right there, back off.
Meta AI. Download the Meta AI app today.
Davison, despite his championship level experience and who he was at one time, looks a little baffled in there.
It's the range. Yep, it's the range.
It's not even the range, it's the way he covers distance with that range. He does it in a way different than it just slides and his kicks a lot. Look, he'll pick up that. Look at that. That front leg round kick is the sneakiest in the sport.
Good kick there by Davison. Nice shot.
Beautiful shot.
High spots. They're rushing to the corner here. Here to make it off. Davis does a good job. Just attacking the guillotine to get himself back to his feet.
Yeah, I see a lot of athletes employ jiu-jitsu as a defensive mechanism.
Well, that's the danger of the head outside shot, opposed to shooting to a single leg with your head inside. The smaller guys will attack that guillotine choke, and if you're not careful, you can't get submitted.
And Davison has a nasty guillotine.
Yes, he does. Block doing a good job getting to the body there, get to the body lock, able to put it right down into the half guard.
And flat with no scrapping.
Figueredo has yet to land a single strike through 4 minutes.
Those guys out of that camp have the best top control. The pressure is just incredible.
Yeah, it's I don't know how they developed that. I mean, I was grabbing him even yards. I couldn't believe how strong he was. And then I thought, wow, maybe that's just me. But then he was doing it to Glover the other day, which is crazy. Glover is an insane grappler. But it's just not only the strength, it's in the positioning and the understanding of the movement. So when Davison goes to move, Umar will try to feed him to the next position or kill it right away to keep him underneath.
And perhaps nobody better than Islam Makhachev, who is also alongside Khabib Nurmagomedov in that Umar corner tonight.
Also, tremendous top pressure. It's ridiculous. It's like a building on top of it.
Good short shot on the inside by Nurmagomedov, who dominated the former flyweight king in round 1.
A sua postura de movimento está muito boa. O movement is good.
Like, need you to touch him, right?
Ele está ali respeitando
Listen,
muito.
we respect you. Once you get into the rest of the ground, there's a lots of good opportunity. You have to fight for him. They go after him.
Look, on round 2 is brought to you by Monaco, the official canned cocktail of UFC. 2 shots in every can. Dean Thomas, you don't drink much. You're not hot though. What's that for?
And so Davison currently is fighting not to lose. He wants to get to that
Dean Thomas, thank you much. Let's see if Figueredo gets off that going for round 2. Nice body kick by Magnet.
And if you're Nurmagomedov, want to shoot two shots, and then come back up to the body. Figueroa did not look like he was starting to get off the back once he was taken down. Yeah, it looks like there's another piece of scramble on his takedown. That's what he's but this is the question. Because Sean and I will fight later on. One of them are trying to put himself in a position to fight Pimblett against the done. What do you have to do in terms of lasting in fight to try to jump the line in this division? There are guys that are lined up to fight the champion, the new champion, and that's not to come around for it. He thinks our big consumer from the zone, the big mindset, let's consider how dominant home really are. It's not easy. You know what's crazy is that you got to think about kind of White House. American guys that need to be fighting for those at the White House. There are a lot of reasons why Colonel Valley just get fired up to try to out there the opponent. They get it gone too far, the century stuff. They keep on saying, in one of the rest of the guys that we talk about, the challenge the champion. Yeah.
Sergeant Cross, we just fought James Anthony those fights as well.
Absolutely. Very dangerous. From the numbers of dangerous to anybody. It's 60 minutes, right? That's a big factor.
Philippines will weigh on several items tonight.
Ready to fight?
I think Rebels offense was
Well, he counted it right? Dangerous. Fighting the sensation. This is the sensation. In there.
You gotta wonder what the issue is. How many of them missing weight?
But look at the body, the optics of the right there. Back up and down.
Well, the odds makers got it right. This is the biggest thing of the card.
You know what? It's practice it. That round kicking. They're right there. Rebel can stand there and fight. Those great fans are ready to fight. They didn't do it before.
But I think you are right for the number. And also basically 38.
That kicks us into the front kick.
Very close, very.
So, combination of the numbers wise for the body that it's also those as well as the takedown. It's going to be round two. Fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. The voices, we really believe it, right? Even though he talks, he just wants to fight. No one of us not confident.
And that's what happened last time. He did get an opportunity to fight around the fight. He just was so far ahead of the big game. Great. Yeah. It's a whole first part of round number 2. That's the game that we want to see.
Pressure sound.
Pay attention.
Did he start with the same thought? For me, it's 1-1. Okay, we begin 1-1. 1-1. He's tired. Do what you did right now. Okay?
Right here, you see a nice jab. Left hand by Umar. Goes to the clinch against Davison. Right hand from Davison. Little combination lands for Umar on the break.
Well, Paramount Plus unlocks the UFC Vault with more than 1,400 UFC fights, along with epic curated collections from every decade, iconic knockout, the best from UFC legends, and so much more. The UFC's history streams on Paramount Plus. Well, 1-1 likely is not, but you never know. He'll go around green, big red or yellow, on the head on in red.
Yeah, that was a nice pep talk in the corner, but I think it's a little unrealistic. And all the things that you know, it's trying to reflecting off.
But seeing him fighting that way tells you that it's a great fight. He can at least make Umar something and give himself chances to try to land something that can end this fight.
Well, if you gave us a big record, just successful around the spot and shot.
He's also fighting on the he's got punching in his kick style. Switches the kick for color.
Strike, give him the strike, hit the strike, fine. You know what style? You know, I'm not just give him the strike with the moment they want to the gym. And they start to work on the wrestling, right? It's fun to be with grounded. And it's fun with more striking based fighters, they just develop. And of course, they get the bunch of style.
It's really perfect style. The combination of those two on the outside and that tremendous grappling ability remains the style here.
And like you said, like he's allowing too much time to battle before he starts to throw.
Almost seems like he knows if there's almost like he knows if
Do you think? I'll stop with that for this here.
now, if Umar wants to,
Under 3 minutes to decide it. Secure takedown the punch.
To try to get up. That's easier said than done.
Short elbow by Umar.
But even that, I think that, like, you can't lock your guard if you're trying to get away.
well, he briefly opened it,
There it is.
he brought up in half guard.
He's got to get that left leg inside to try to build a shield to create some space from the Magomedov.
He just looks exhausted as well. There's the next elbow by Umar.
Yeah, Dean's certainly not going to bail Figueredo out. He's not going to listen to the bluebirds. A nice transition by Magomedov.
Inside control. Good job by Davidson to get the back guard.
Elevating him, getting his hooks in. He's got his butterflies in.
Half guard again. But speaking to your point earlier, this is not a performance that says this guy's got to fight for the title next. And in this insanely stacked division, you've got to have these highlight performances. You've got to have something that leaves people talking about this tomorrow.
Yes.
Because we're not even in the main card yet.
Exactly. You got to do something more whenever you have so many guys just lined up waiting.
And it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
I tell me that, especially if they're all like deserving.
Right.
Right? I'm not saying Sean O'Malley's deserving with one win after losing 2 titles right now. But I mean, there are guys that you got to separate yourself.
Nice show of respect at fights in. As Umar Nurmagomedov and Davison Figueiredo go the full 15 minutes. Largely it was Nurmagomedov domination, no finish. But he landed 4 times as many strikes, secured a couple of takedowns. Nearly a full round of control time, and Umar did what he needed to do with no respect to hold serve as a minus 1,600 favorite tonight.
Absolutely. And honestly, it was the striking game of Umar Nurmagomedov and like good takedowns when they needed to happen. That first kick right there by Umar. Then right in the tight, he landed the uppercut on the clip. Launched his body lock, just for the takedown and controlled wrestling up there. Nice body kick right there by Umar Nurmagomedov. Good foot kick up the front leg. Lands on Figueiredo. I mean, this is a very complete performance by Nurmagomedov. And gets a victory over another former champion.
All right, so Umar Nurmagomedov came in tonight as the number 2 ranked title contender. And now it's just another cards as Nurmagomedov tries to step another win. All right, so that's a official decision. It's brought to you by Am Trucks. Nothing stops you. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, the 34 college decision. All 3 judges for the contest, 30-27, in the by you.
Right here, you see Umar Nurmagomedov get a big victory. I mean, Davison Figueiredo, a former champion, wins for Umar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time it gives me great pleasure to reveal to you the first member of our UFC Hall of Fame induction class of 2026, and this one is an absolute no doubt. It's one of the strongest minds in history of mixed martial arts, and he persevered several times with major injury in becoming 2-time UFC bantamweight champion. Mixed martial arts royalty here at the former 2-time UFC bantamweight champion, future Hall of Famer, this weight division from January 20, 2005.
Last season, top of the team. He was this weight class one of the best, if not the best. He's always taken each injury and moved forward in his rehab, live work according to his strength. I think he'll be a good example of according to his race.
Yeah, when instances with Dominic Cruz get eyes, it's pressure and his cage rush. He says his octagon rush is mental weakness. Probably next time. Next is not finished.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
adjustment speed is rough. And that's what I'm saying. Too much.
What else can you say about the number? Not because it's a very representation of the Gaethje to the sport of this martial arts, and if he has global competence and trying to push over adversity is the stuff that Gaethje was doing earlier. And getting a little bit of time in the that's what raised the proof of what the comments that Nothing to Dominic Cruz, revolutionized MMA and take the foundation for the bantamweight division. It is elite, if not including the official. Those achievements and his legendary comeback from career-threatening injuries make Dominic Cruz a surefire first ballot UFC Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the first member of the 2026 UFC Hall of Fame induction class, Dominic Cruz. What a moment for our good friend and broadcast partner, the former two-time UFC bantamweight champion, Dominic Cruz, who at some point in 2026 will take his rightful place in the UFC Hall of Fame. Standing by with the Dominator, Kate Scott. Kate, take it away.
Thank you so much, guys. Welcome back, everybody, to the nest. So good to have you with us. A Hall of Famer. How does it feel?
Man, I did not expect that. They tricked me. They got me. I feel so much love.
Did it make you emotional? I couldn't see it.
It does make my love. You keep still so much smearment makeup. I was going to say, is this when we finally getting to see you thrive? What is that? You want to know what's on the next? Hey, Dominic, congratulations. If it was ever a Hall of Fame career, you certainly deserve it. You put the smaller weight classes on the map, represented the sport to the highest level. Congratulations, brother. Welcome to the club.
Dominic, super proud of you, bro. Being from New York and starting my career, watching you out in California, I remember watching you on these videos that they would put out of, just that day-to-day stuff that you're doing. And you were just a true champion from the get-go. You were the type of guy that left no stone unturned and just did everything right. And then you were littered with these terrible injuries, which is a huge inspiration for me.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Congratulations.
So much, everybody.
So good for you.
How does it feel?
Everybody out there, all the actions are and this is yet to come. The sun has set over the continent, and that means the main card is here. UFC 324 on Paramount Plus starts right now.
You ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
What a run it's been for the UFC ascending to such great heights. It all started back in 1993 and has now built to this latest monumental moment.
You keep watching those, you keep going.
I've seen the best fighter in you're about to see something that you have never seen before. No moves forward. Anything goes.
It's a great exhibition. This is brutal combat.
Oh, here we found something the public wants.
There will be no movement. There may be some blood scale. There may be some bones broken.
I'm not sure all the critics that we are in sport.
Like this number one,
This is no longer that spectacle. This is just one of the greatest in football.
We have a sport with some of the best. Welcome to UFC.
Ready. Ready.
One way or another, so the UFC let's get this started.
The greatest experience in sports begins the minute they lock in. When the time for talking is over, and the time to find out just how strong the heart of a competitor beats. How much they're willing to give becomes the only thing that matters in the world. To survive here, one must dig deep. This is where legends are made. Where the truth is told. Where one punch is tantamount to realizing a dream, and a single mighty blow becomes paramount to a new era.
Referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest.
The night it begins. A new chapter for the UFC on Paramount Plus. From the epicenter of the fight world, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a call to action. As the men coming for interim lightweight titles deliver pure violence and destruction. Arguably the most exciting fighter in UFC history is back. The former BMF champ. Kill or be killed. Never in a boring fight. 14 UFC battles, 14 bonuses filled with vast chaos.
I'm going to twist myself so to be able to outwork him, outlast him, and knock him out.
He meets head on with a man who's always counted out and always rises to the moment. With each victory comes new doubt, but he keeps proving the critics wrong. Undefeated in the UFC and roaring in from Liverpool.